What's going on, everyone? It's Bill, and I'm here in Milwaukee on Oakland Avenue. I'm gonna go check out Lisa's Pizza. I may have a guest with me. You guys wanna come hang out? Let's go check this place out. What's going on, y'all? So excited to be here. I'm at Lisa's Pizza on Oakland under new ownership. I hear they got some good pizza here, so we're gonna give it a try. Just a special guest. He should be here soon if you know what I'm thinking about. So let's go ahead and take a look at the menu first and see what we can get our hands on. I'm just gonna look at this on my own. I'll be right back. Well, boys and girls, we got a Mike with us. That was my special guest of the night. We got us a special. We got half off. Like today's special, we're on here on Tuesday. Today's special is half price pitchers of beer. So we got Riverwest Stein. When you're in Riverwest, you get the Stein. Cheers.
And a frosted
Cheers.
mug.
And a frosted mug.
Classic. The frosted mug.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Who wants to watch me chug this pitcher of beer? Nobody. All right, I guess I'm not going to do it then. We're going to go order some food. We'll be right back. All right, guys, so our pizzas are here. Mike got a build-your-own Detroit style with brick cheese and pepperoni with it. Looks amazing. Can't wait to try it, but we're going to let Mike do the review on that one because he is the Detroit pizza king. King. I got Hannah's specialty. It's Hannah's, right? Yeah. I got Hannah's specialty, which is their pub style pizza. It has pepperoni and whipped ricotta on here with a little bit of a hot honey. So these look absolutely amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a slice. Look at that.
Look at the design on that ricotta.
I know, right? That's real fancy. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite and see. Ooh, look at that! Almost like a cracker crust. They do call this pub style, so call this pub style. Let's go ahead and give this a bite. The hot honey gives it a nice little sweetness and a little tang. The ricotta has a nice creaminess to it, and then obviously the pepperoni. Now I got a bite of the honey was like kind of in the cup of the pepperoni, so that was kind of a nice little bite. Just another try here. And the ricotta flavor kind of really cuts through the sweetness of the honey, so looks out really, really well. Oh. Nice cracker crust.
Pub style is a style, but that's a Milwaukee thing too.
Very
The
Milwaukee.
Pub style, yeah.
Pub style, very
Or
Milwaukee.
like a Midwest thing, but like specifically like kind of that's like kind of a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah, because I mean it's like a standard pizza almost, but it's a little bit crispier on the crust, and it's kind of squares. So, but yeah, real nice and crispy. Yeah. Oh. Now we're gonna have Mike do a review of his. Very interesting Detroit style. I think there's a lot more to talk about with this, based off the dough and things of that nature. So let's turn it over to Mike and let's find out his thoughts.
All right, guys. Again, thanks for Bill for having me out. I always enjoy my times. You know, like it's fun to get out here and eat food and then talk about food. So, like Bill said, I think we're at Lisa's Pizza on the east side of Milwaukee. I think they've been around since the 60s. So, you know, it's kind of an institution. they changed ownership back in February, and so I think their goal was to keep the original recipes and stuff like that for like, kind of the pub style stuff that Bill's eating on. And then they introduced Detroit style as well, which, boom, my ears go up all of a sudden, because I love the Detroit style. I grew up in Toledo, an hour south of Detroit. I go to Detroit often. I'm a Tigers fan. I love the Detroit style. So a little about just the Detroit style. If you don't know the history of it, I mean, you can look up all the specific particulars, but is essentially invented in like the late 40s. I think essentially it's a rectangle pizza. The dough is kind of like a focaccia style. The whole thing about it is the reason why it's in that rectangular shape is because it was baked in old parts pans from the automotive companies, which kind of makes it kind of a very unique Detroit thing. And what the deal is you put the cheese all the way to the edges, so you get like you get this kind of crispy, kind of almost burnt. This one leans a little more burnt than I usually see it. Maybe that might have been they just might have left it in just a minute too long. And then it's usually Wisconsin brick cheese. In fact, I know I saw a story from a cheese maker here in Wisconsin that like specifically do like Wisconsin brick, and I think that they ship a majority of their brick cheese to Michigan for pizza makers in Michigan and the Detroit area. So it's Wisconsin brick usually. It's like a higher butter fat content, so when you get it to the edge like that, it allows like the kind of the oils to come down and give it like that nice kind of crispy, crunchy edge. And then it's usually like the pepperoni is usually put on under the cheese, and then there's sauce over top of all of that. Now I've seen different variations. I've seen like the racing stripe, sauce, which just kind of looks a little off to me, but like then I've seen it like in a more blended fashion. But we're gonna give this a try. Enough Detroit style history. Yeah. The sauce tastes really good. It's like a good sweet tomatoey sauce. Right. I don't know why I got close. I have a microphone right on me, but you can hear that crisp crunch. Hopefully that came through. Kind of what I thought here. First of all, I think they nailed the dough. Like a lot of times, that's where Detroit style I think can go wrong. If you get a bad one, is like specifically with the dough, because I think some people I don't know. It's just I don't know if it. I think the dough can be messed up. I think that goes with all pizzas. I think a lot of times the pizza is like in the dough first and foremost. Like if you have great dough, you're gonna make good pizza. This dough is actually pretty good. It's pretty good. I think they nailed. Usually it's like a light airier, like I said earlier. It's like a focaccia style, but it's usually an airier. I think that comes with like a hydration ratio or something like that. Allows for like kind of airy pockets and like a chewier kind of airy. This is a corner piece. Everybody, whenever I'm in Detroit and I'm having Detroit style, or anywhere really, people treasure the corner pieces because you get two edges. I think this is fairly well executed. Unfortunately, this particular one might have been left in like maybe a minute too long. This kind of is a little, just a touch too of a burnt edge.
Yeah, definitely burnt.
Yeah. So like I think everything is, plays well here. The sauce is really good. The pepperonis, you got a nice inch thick dough there that's like light and airy. It's not. I've had bad ones where it seems like someone just made some bread and just decided to slather sauce and toppings on. It kind of comes. You can tell that like, the stuff cooked in hasn't seeped into it and given it a nice good flavor. But this is pretty good. A little too done on the edges for me. But again, that could have been maybe the cook back there accidentally left it in for like maybe a minute too long. So I would definitely come back. I would definitely try again. Yeah.
Do you want to try one of these then?
And I will try one of those. Yes, I will, Bill. Until then, Detroit style. That is the style. Now I'm trying this one that Bill had. I mean, it just looks really good. I mean, if you like that pub style, for sure, they're nailing the aesthetically pleasing. It's visually pleasing. It has like the little, I don't know if you saw that on Bill's, but has those like, that's how you know you're probably getting some good pepperonis. There's some really authentic pepperonis as you get that curl. The curl up on the pepperonis, the cup, so it goes into cups, and then it kind of gives you like a little tiny, hopefully not too greasy, but a little pool of, yumminess, fat, we'll call it. And they put that ricotta cheese, like literally like they cut this in squares. If it was a small square, it got a small dollop of ricotta. So literally there's a dollop of ricotta on every single square, which is, kudos to them. Ricotta. That's pretty good, man. That's actually pretty good. Crust is nice and firm, holds up. You take a bite, it doesn't like crumble. I think it can get too dry sometimes, and you go take a bite, it gets too crispy, and like the crust starts
or even soggy. Soggy, and then it just is a floppy mess.
So, good firm crust. They clearly know what they're doing here with the pub style crust.
It's my turn to try Detroit style. I actually really love Detroit style. Actually, my love of Detroit style came from Chicago style deep dish pizza, where normally it's like more cheese than anything else, but I do love the dough on here, which I think is nice. And again, it is pretty stiff there, but let's go ahead and get into this. Yeah, the sauce definitely is really nice and tangy in here. I don't know if you heard it, but like the bottom crust is perfectly crisp. I should take a look at that. Of course, I knew I was going to drop a pepperoni, but yeah. But I do agree. It's a little, but here's the thing. It doesn't taste burnt, right? I mean, like, I'm going to give it another taste, but sometimes even if it's dark like this and doesn't taste burnt, it's probably okay. I lied. It does taste a little burnt. Well, but it's not bad. Like, it has a little burntness to it, but ironically enough, it does kind of feel like it goes well with the bread that's in here. Now, reading the menu, they say that there is Pabst and Wagyu fat kind of all combined in here. I'm not sure if I pick any of that up, so it's probably there more for just texture, maybe a little bit of the browning. I don't know. Do you get any of that kind of like Wagyu fat and Pabst PBR type thing? Yeah. So maybe what is probably happening here is that the combination of it really does make up the dough texture, and so maybe the flavors aren't really supposed to be as prominent, but it helps with it, and it would be, you might miss it if it's not in there with the dough.
when taking like another couple bites there after you had mentioned it, there is like a little bit more of a savory, kind of earthy flavor to the crust, I would say. That makes like a umami.
Yep. It's mild.
Yeah.
It's not too overpowering, but it definitely helps with the overall flavor profile of the dough, which if we were to try this side by side with it not being in there, I bet you we'd probably see a difference there. So, but overall, really enjoying our meal here. Big thanks to Mike for suggesting this place. I always love when Mike suggests places because he always finds something fun and unique, something that I've never been to. You know, this just goes to show that we'll have pizza or ethnic foods or...
This is your first pizza, right? This is the first time you've done it?
I think this might actually be the first time we do a pizza review.
Oh,
yeah. I might have to go check out the archives. Been doing this for 2 years now, but I think this might be the first pizza review now that I think about it.
And also comment below if anybody knows of any Wisconsin places that do Detroit style well.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm looking for it.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't catch that, Mike wants to know where best Detroit style pizza here is in Wisconsin. He ain't afraid to travel.
I'm not.
If it's in Milwaukee, bonus points, but yeah. So yeah, overall, really enjoying this. Definitely leave a comment below. Like, we all know we love Mike. Let's give those. Let's give that like. Bring Mike back.
Mike, give the like to Mike.
Mike only comes like if there's 50 likes.
That's
so
exactly.
that sounds weird, but yeah, you know. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and you know what? I'm just gonna look to close this out here. I'm gonna have Mike give his final thoughts in a second. I'm just gonna do my final thoughts because you know what? We're having a good time conversing, catching up, having fun. No need to get crazy with it. So here's my final thoughts. This is a fun place. So we're here on a Tuesday. Half off pitcher, buy one pizza, get one half off. Great deal. I mean, you can't shake a stick at that. Mike and I are just gonna split the bill, which is really cool, nice. I got the small. This was the small. And it definitely is enough to feed two. And like Mike said, I really love that they put a dollop of that ricotta on every single slice. So you're not going to be without it, which is really nice. The Detroit style pizza came as an 8-piece, which I believe may be considered a medium. You know, usually when you see sizing of the pieces, they talk about like how many pieces you get and not the actual like size. So you can get a 4-piece or an 8-piece, you know, go to Jets, go to wherever else, right? You can kind of see that. So it's just a little bit different and unique. We weren't sure exactly what it was, but I think it worked out perfectly fine here. The ambiance is nice. I think the staff here is friendly. It's family owned and run. It's under new ownership from what it was before. I think they're doing a good job here. I read reviews about like their garlic bread, which we didn't get. Probably a miss on our part, but we can come back and grab that at some point. Yeah, overall, I would come back here, especially on a Tuesday. I mean, how can you beat this deal? It's a sweet deal. It's a little bit further from us, but still I think worth the drive. And a lot of people are doing takeout here, which is actually kind of a nice. It's not. I say it's a nice thing to say because they're still getting a lot of service here. The dining room wasn't as busy, but again, Tuesday at 8 o'clock, so you're not probably going to be too busy. Get here on the weekends, probably jam-packed. So I would come here again. I would definitely try this. And you know what? Let's give Mike a chance to kind of finish us out. And then we're just going to eat the rest of our pizza. Call it the day. All right. Because I know what they say, you end with the best. That's what we're going to do.
As Bill said, you know, we're going to finish up here. Overall, like I would say, I would definitely come back. I actually hadn't been here, so like when I first moved to Milwaukee way back in 2003, I lived in the Riverwest neighborhood. So I think I'd come over here a couple times, like very early on in my stay in living in Milwaukee, and to be honest, I don't think I was a fan. that could have been my taste at the time. Who knows? But I like the fact that they're trying something new. They're branching. They're under, like I said, under the new ownership, and the pizza that Bill got was fantastic. I thought. As far as Detroit style, yeah, I kind of nerd out about it. It's my jam. I mean, executed pretty well. It was a little done on the outside. Like you're supposed to have that little bit of a burn, but like I think this one just went a touch too far. But overall, I tried again. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. They just said medium. I didn't know what that meant. Detroit style is usually 4-piece, 8-piece. But this was an 8-piece, and now and they were smaller squares, so it's kind of like a personal pizza, but a personal 8. But yeah, it's pretty good, and like Bill said, you can't beat the deal on a Tuesday. Like buy one, buy one. Next second pizza's half off, half price pitchers. I mean, if you run a pitcher of probably quite possibly the greatest beer in Milwaukee, the Riverwest Stein, boom, half off, Tuesdays. Yeah, I'd check it out again. But yeah, like he said, comment below if anybody knows. Like I've had Flower Girl and Flame. I know they do Detroit style on Wednesday nights. Jets is like the chain. They're Michigan based. I mean, I say you can't go wrong with them. They do it really well for being a chain. But yeah, I'm always on the look for other Detroit style spots. So comment below if you know a good spot. I'll travel. I'll go there. All right. See you guys later. Thanks, Bill. Thanks again for having me. It's always fun. See you guys.